Hey peeps, what's up? Munchie here, back with another video, and in this video we're going to do a charging speed test on this iPhone 15 Pro Max over here. Now, do note the 15 Pro Max has a 4422 milliamp hour battery. The internet claims the maximum charging speed is at 27 watts. The maximum which I saw is 26 watts. I am using a 40-watt charger. If you're looking for chargers for your 15 Pro, 15 Pro Max, I do have a few of them linked in the description of this video. Next up, always on display, I had it turned off while I was charging. And the other thing I wanted to test was this phone going to overheat or heat up too much when I'm charging it? So I wanted to get rid of all the variables, which is why it is not signed into any account. This is as good as a brand new iPhone 15 Pro Max out of the box, no SIM, so no 5G issues with 5G causing the overheat, and only connected to a Wi-Fi network. What about your charging settings? So let us go into battery health, and herein we can check the charging optimization. So that is set to optimized battery charging. And I know most of you are going to fast forward the video, go to the end for the results. Well, let me just be the spoiler over here. This is how much it took for the iPhone 15 Pro Max to charge from 1% to 100%. Yes, and did it overheat? Yes, 0 to 50 was like it was not comfortable to hold is all I can tell you. I do have some temperatures in the video, but I do not recommend you to hold your 15 Pro or the 15 Pro Max while you're charging it from 0 to 50. Once we passed on 50, the phone definitely cooled down and it was pretty comfortable to use. I think my personal opinion is Apple trying to reach 50% in 30 minutes is causing this issue of the phone heating up too much when it is charging. Pretty sure they are gonna ramp it down a little bit, reduce the watts. So there's that. Let us start by measuring the ambient temperature. So here it is on your screen right now, that is in the 75s. Then let us check the temperature on the back of the iPhone 15 Pro Max over here. So that is in the 87s. Let me see the frame. So the frame here is at 84 near the volume rockers and the action button. On the other side where you have the power button, again 84. And here it is, percentage on the iPhone 15 Pro Max battery is at 1%. And let me also check the temperature on the screen. So that is in the 85s. And there it is peeps, we have started the charging. Let me turn the display off and then we'll be back around the 15-minute mark. So here it is, we are almost at the 15-minute mark, and then we can check what percentage we are at. So I see over here 30% at the 15-minute mark. The frame is definitely warm to hold, not super hot, but definitely warm to hold. The temperature on the back near the camera module is around 100 Fahrenheit, and let us check the frame over here. So that part is at 87. Let me check it near the ultra wide band antenna, that is in the 90s. Let me check over here on the bottom side of the frame and see what temperature we are getting. So 91, 92. Near the action button is more like 85, 86. So below the buttons is definitely more warmer. And as for your wattage, right up until say the 10-minute mark, I would see it charging at 26 watts. But now while we are charging, we are closer to the 15-minute mark, I am seeing this drop to 24 watts. So definitely charging is going to get slower as time progresses. Alright peeps, so we are almost at the 30-minute mark, and let us now see what the battery is at. So we are at 54% in 30 minutes, which I think is a good number. But what about your watts? The maximum I see here is now 20 watts. What about the heating issues? Is it overheating? Let us check the temperature on the back. So the temperature on the back is around the 100 mark. The frame is definitely warmer than before. Let me check the temperature on the frame and see what numbers we are getting. So this here is in the 89 90s, and let me check this side. And let's see. So that is also in the 89, 91, 92. In fact, 97. Yeah. And let's see how long can I hold on to it. Is it like getting uncomfortable to hold? At some point it will. To be very honest, yeah. Nah, this I don't like what's going on over here. The frame is definitely getting hot now, and you cannot, like, me personally, I cannot hold this phone and use it while it is charging because it is getting uncomfortable to hold as well. So definitely not something which you expect from Apple, but truth has to be told. So we are almost at the 45-minute mark, and now we can check our battery percentage. So we are at 73%, and as for your watts, I am now seeing close to a maximum of 15 watts. Let us see the feel. So it has definitely cooled down a little bit. It's not super bad to hold either. It is still warm, but I can use my phone while it is charging at this point. Let us also check the temperatures and see what's going on with them. So 98 on the back, the frame definitely has cooled down. So 87, 89, and let's look over here near the antenna band thing again, 89, 90, and on this side also in the 90s. So yeah, there is something going on which Apple needs to address, specifically when you're charging from 0 to say up to 50%. So here it is, we are almost at the 60-minute mark of charging the iPhone 15 Pro Max over here, and let us check out the battery percentage. What is it at? So it is at 83%. If you ask me about the watts, the maximum I'm seeing down here is now like 10 watts. What about the phone? This has definitely cooled down a lot. And so here it is, we are almost at the 75-minute mark, and we can check how much the phone has charged to. So we are at 92% at the 75-minute mark. The phone is cold to the hold, and the wattage here I think has gone down to almost like 4 or 5 watts. Yep, it is at 5 watts right now. So definitely charging is now going to get even more slower, as it does with every phone out there once you reach the 80% mark. Here it is, peeps. We are approaching the 90 minutes or 1 hour 30 minutes mark, and let us see the charging percentage right now. It is at 96%, and the phone as cold as metal can get. No heating issues, nothing like that. Of course, we are towards the end of our charging cycle. The wattage here on the bottom, the maximum I see is like 2 watts. So I think within the next 5 or 6 minutes, we should be at 100%. And here it is, we are at the 1 hour 45 minutes, and let us see the charging percentage. We are at 98%. As for the watts, they have actually gone down to a crawling speed of 1 watt. Alright peeps, approaching the 1 hour 55-minute mark, let us see where we are at, and we are still at 99% charged. This thing, oops, I think we just hit 100. Yep, 100% charged. So we can say almost 1 hour 55 minutes to charge from 1 to 100% on the iPhone 15 Pro Max.